everyone, welcome back to a YouTube video. I'm Collector78 and today I'll be doing a small short review of my GODAIKIN Bioman robot. This guy was released in the mid 1980s from Bandai. It was released as a toy from the GODAIKIN toy line. I thought I'd do a small review on this guy. I love the show and I love this robot. Has a special place in my heart. Why? Because the show is awesome, and stay tuned for the review. Thanks. Okay guys, so definitely the box has seen better days. As you can tell, it's not in the best shape that I would like it to be, but it's a survivor, meaning that I am the original owner of this robot. And throughout the years, obviously, you know, shelf wear and things like that happen. And it's still in one piece, but the box here, as you can see, I'm going to see if I can zoom in a little bit on the box. This is just the front cover of the box. It is it's just a front plastic. Looks like the cardboard. It's not in the best shape that I would want it to be, but obviously it has some shelf wear, some sticker wear, and it survives the years of it being in my collection. But here's a box. Well, I should say the front cover of the carton. I think it's still missing the inner plastic that holds the robot in. There's usually a handle that all GODAIKIN robots have, and what the plastic does, the handle, it just holds the robot together. You can carry it with you and things like that, but that part is missing. It's missing, unfortunately. As you can see, that's what I'm talking about here. That is the inner part. The plastic goes through there. You can carry the robot with you, but it's still here. It's still in great condition, but it's just missing that part that goes in there. And here it just shows you more of a GODAIKIN, an innovative series of super robots, Bioman, Bandai. And let me see if I can show you guys. Sorry about the glare on the picture. But yeah, it just shows you the robot, different parts of the robot that make him. Bioman, the shield, and his huge sword. Sorry, once again, the box is not in the best condition, but he is missing the missiles, I believe. There's about, I would say about maybe 12 or 15 missiles that come with them. Those are long gone, but I thought I'd do a review on the robot himself. This robot I've had for probably a long time. I do have some other GODAIKIN robots that in future reviews, I'll be reviewing them as well. But this robot specifically, it got me through some very difficult times, unfortunately. The reason I say that is because, you know, sometimes when you watch special, you know, shows that deal with robots and things like that, you kind of fall into the whole Power Rangers series. And, you know, before the Power Rangers series, the Super Sentai series, the Meta series, shows like that, I mean, they don't really have shows like that anymore. I keep going back into the origins on these robots, and I don't know, the directing, the actors, the whole, you know, scenes where they have an explosion and different characters. Obviously, everything comes into what the show. The original show was called GODAIKIN Bioman, if I pronounce that correctly. It was part of the Super Sentai Meta series. Its 51 episodes aired on TV Asahi from February the 4th, 1984 to January the 26th of 1985. That was about a year, an entire year, with the movie being released during the show's initial run. So it was very popular, but again, I love this series. Sometimes I remember you know, when you have nothing to watch, or, you know, you're sick and you have a day off or something like that, you're like, what do I watch? This is a show that I pretty much would watch on my days off, or a day that I was feeling sick or things like that. You know, I'm hanging out at home, and, you know, I have the DVD series, GODAIKIN Bioman. And yeah, it's just a really, really good show. I love the director's appeal in terms of, you know, the explosions that happen, the actors from outer space that would come in, the different characters. I mean, it's just a really underrated show. And I think it definitely deserves more credibility. It's a really, really good show series. So if you have not seen GODAIKIN Bioman, I would highly encourage you to order the Japanese series and check it out for yourself. So stay tuned for the review. I'm going to see if I can put this guy together. He does come with the sword here, his shield, the actual robot with die-cast parts, and his head, little jet behind him, and his torso, including his leg and his feet, and both his fists. Once again, I don't have the missiles that originally came with the set. As you can see here, these get pretty lost pretty fast. So unfortunately, I do not have them. So I figured I'd do a short review on this guy. I am a part of the Bioman fan of the show, so I figured I'd do a small review. So stay tuned for the review. Thanks, guys. All right, so I got all the parts out, including the main head, the arms, and the mid-torso, the shield, the sword, and both his fists, his lower torso, midsection, his legs, and his feet. So I'll be putting them on right now, and stay tuned for that. And before I do that, let me just show, whoa, it's really heavy. You can see that little pilot right in there. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna zoom in. Right there, it's a really cool guy. I can't believe he's still in there. Reminds me of the Diaclone drivers from Takara. They're so small, and obviously the Diaclone drivers from Takara have magnetic feet. They would stand in your, what was it, in your battle convoy, which was your Diaclone Optimus Prime, but the driver is still there. What I'm saying is that they can get lost very easily. The Takara Diaclone pilots, I lost a few of them. But him, they still kept them. He's still in there. So that's one thing I remembered. So good job on me. All right. So let me turn him around. It's a heavy, heavy piece too. Let's see this way right here. See if I can zoom in. Yep, that's right there. Bandai, Japan, 1984. And that is the actual Godaikin. Or I'm not sure if that's the Popey font or the logo on there, but yeah, I kept them in good condition. As you can see, I take great care of my toys. I mean, that's why when I play with them, Bioman, Biojet 1 identifies that part. Same thing on the other side, Bioman Jet 1. But yeah, look at that head. I mean, it is amazing. I mean, if you watch the original Japanese show, Shudensha Bioman, I mean, I love the show. Okay, so I'm gonna set this guy down. I can't believe the pilot's on there. Yeah, I didn't know that. I was figuring what happened to that guy, but yeah, here's his torso, lower torso. I'm gonna put them together, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys, so I managed to put them together. Putting them together is relatively easy. The main torso here, the upper torso, snaps into the mid joint, which is his hips, into his legs and his feet. But here he is. Here's Bioman. He's a very heavy robot, I should say. He comes again with a sword on this side. See if I can get a shot of that big guy. A big sword. It's like about maybe 8 inches. It's it's a pretty tall sword. And here is his shield right here. I'm gonna see if I can change the setting on this light. There it is. Get that back here. So I love those feet, as you can see. Bandai releases bigger robots that have these feet on them. I'm a huge fan of those feet. Laserion, another robot that I don't currently have, but I'm on the hunt for him. It's a bigger robot, has these feet as well. So they kind of have the same pattern. It's just a very kind of like a heavier set base on his feet. But if you do notice, that's a big part of him. This is made out of die cast right here, and that's plastic parts right there. And again, it says Bioman Biojet 1. It identifies different parts of his body that were released with him. It identifies different parts from the robot that connect with him. That's being Biojet 1. And if you can turn it back here, it says Biojet 2, which is this part. Sorry, it's a little bit of the foam residue. But the stickers are very, very good condition. Again, I took great care of my robots. I know most of these will be harder to find. Again, mine doesn't have the inner plastic that holds the box, but that doesn't really matter. As long as the robot's in good condition, he displays great. That's all that I truly worry about. But yeah, it's a great looking robot. There's a shot of his back. It identifies the numbers. I mentioned that 1, 2. Turn him around. Look at those stickers. They're still on there right there. Let's see if I can move them to the side. Yeah, these hands here, obviously, if you press that down, I'm going to show you guys, they shoot out quickly. So it snaps back on. Kind of like with the original Let's Go Lion Godaikin. Godaikin also released a Voltron in the series. I know that it's the same feature with Voltrons. Obviously, the fists shoot out, and there's a mechanism inside, and it will shoot out. This part does too. Yeah, well, there's a shot of him right there. Gotta be very careful with his arms. He hasn't really been played with, so it's still very, very tight. Yeah, it's a really great looking robot. There's his head. Wow, look at that. Great looking robot. If you guys have not seen the show, GODAIKIN Bioman, I think you can find the set on eBay, the entire 51 episode of the show on eBay. I would highly encourage you to watch the show. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm a big fan of Bioman. And this is his origins in terms of his character, where it came from. It's an interesting story, but if you order the DVD series, they can it goes into more about him and about his story and things like that. But in this short review, I can't go through everything with you guys, but it's just a small review on the toy itself. But again, if you really want to look into the series a little bit more, GODAIKIN Bioman, I would highly encourage you to get this series online or order it from eBay, and that way you could know a little bit more about this specific robot. And I mean, I love these old Bandai robots that were released from GODAIKIN. Again, they're pretty hard to find. I know I mentioned earlier that it's missing the missiles, but in terms of the robot itself, I mean, I am a happy collector. Look at that guy. See if I can zoom in on his head. Yeah, these are just classic Bandai robots. I mean, these are in the same series as Super Sentai, which were the original origins of Power Rangers, Voltron, things like that. But yeah, it's an awesome robot. And let me know what you guys think. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I'm Collector78, and I have all sorts of cool stuff that I am interested in. I collect everything from dolls to cool 1-point scale figures to video games, anything that catches my eye. I mean, that's the wonderful thing about being a collector, is that you're not limited to one thing. You're limited to mostly anything that catches your interest. So that's the wonderful thing about being a collector, is that you're able to showcase your collection of what you have and what you find interesting. Have a wonderful day, Collector78. Like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.